Hello folks, my name is Patrick Flanagan with BassKickerBaits.net. Today we're going to be showing you the bass kicker jig with the football head. This one right here, as you can see, this is our bass kicker jig. You can see with the marabou hair on it, which is nothing more than feathers. What I did is I wanted to create a bass jig that has more movement, more action, with less movement of the rod, which I thought was very, very important, especially on days when the fish are not biting, not aggressive. And me being a professional tournament angler, we can't always fish on days when they're biting. So we need to be able to have them bite even when they don't want to bite. So I come out with the bass kicker jig. What this does is it creates an unbelievable action in the water with very, very, very little rod movement at all. I mean, as you can see, it takes nothing to move this stuff. I mean, if I were to take this jig here and set it down on the table and just simply wave my hand over top of it, I mean, as you can see, I'm not moving my hand very fast at all. You can see the action that has. But I want to show you the action in the water. I happen to have one here in the water, but I also want to show you our standard bass jig. This is a silicone skirted bass jig, which we've caught a lot of fish on over the years. But as you can see, there's just not a lot to that. This is a premium skirt. This is not some cheap bass jig skirt. This is also on a football head jig. And as you can see, like I said, there's just not that much there. The problem with these jigs is you have to move them so much to get any kind of action out of them. I mean, you end up moving out of the strike zone really quickly, which is not good if you want to catch lethargic or bass that are not in an aggressive mood. So what I've created over here is the bass kicker jig. Okay? Now here, with very little movement at all, you can just see how that breathes and undulates, right? I mean, that is utterly amazing. And that's the action of feathers. A lot of people say feathers will mat up. They won't do a lot in the water. I mean, just look at that. That thing just looks alive. So what you do is you go ahead and cast this in the water, and what happens is, being a football head, is made to bang against the rocks. So you hear that noise there, right? That's what I call ringing the dinner bell. What that does is that'll get the bass's attention, all right? So when you bang it against a rock, then you stop and you kind of vibrate it, right? Sit here and shake it like that, give it a little bit of a vibration, and then give it what I call the hop. Now this is the only jig made that'll kick up over its head. Now watch. See how it kicks up over its head? Now when it kicks up over its head, when it unfurls itself, it looks like a crawfish in the defensive position. So what you do is you throw it in, clunk it up against a rock, sit here and shake it, and vibrate it, so they're staring at it. And then what you do is you give it one or two hops, like that, and it looks like it's trying to get away from them. The second that acts like it's trying to get away from them, they cannot handle it. They absolutely nail it. So this is the action of the Bass Kicker Baits kicker jig.